Welcome in, welcome in.
Hey, what's good,
Yo.
YouTube? We are the last arc, and today we are getting into ranking every fight in the Egghead arc, as you see from the title. We are going to do a little bit of quick introductory round and then get right into making a tier list for you all. I want to say thank you all so much for being in chat. Make sure you like the stream. Let's hear it from the musician of the last arc. We've got Joshua
Yo.
Victor. How you doing today, bro?
Yeah, boy.
It's your boy. Yes, yes. We're super hype. He's basically our resident power scaler, so we had to have him in on this. And then we have the historian of the last arc, the man, the myth, the legend himself. We've got Kube of the Red Sea.
What up, guys? Very excited to start this new year with this crazy stream that we've got ready for you all, and yeah, can't wait to get started.
Excellent. And then we've got the shipwright holding it down and running the stream for us. We got Fritty D Diddy, Fritz the Ditz. What's going on, brother?
Fritty D Dits for Grand Fleet Admiral.
Oh my god,
no,
make the Marines great again.
We're gonna make Marines great again. You're right.
Cube heard and immediately dipped out. He's just like, no, like. And then last but absolutely not least, we have the wonderful goat himself, like a brother to me. We have the captain of the last arc. We have Straw Hat Lucas. How you
What's
doing, brother?
up? I'm doing great. It's weird to hear that now. Now that we're on stream, it's weird to hear it. But yes, I'm
You just
here
got
and I'm ready for
goosebumps.
it. I did. It was weird, man.
I saw it. I saw it in his eyes. I saw it.
Yeah, it was
I
like,
seen
ooh.
it.
But yes, I am the captain. Look at me, everyone in stream. Look at me. I'm the captain now. Okay. No. But no, I'm very excited to rank these fights. I have a very spicy take for one of them specifically, so I'm ready. I'm ready. I guess we just wait for Cube to come back. I have no idea where he went. Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he is. Real quick before we get like too deep into it, I want to shout out to the special grade sorcerer of the last arc, SSJ Cody in the chat. We love you, Cody. What's good? I'm glad you got to where you were going, and can't wait for you to get back into the swing of things. Shout out to Handsome. We love you, Handsome. Shout out to 3 Day Trip, the flawless navigator of the last arc. We'd be lost without you.
Down.
We love you, 3 Day.
Hold it down.
And then we got shout out to Reg One Piece. Shout out to Andy Lex. Oh man, so many good. Shout out to Desnus the Dwarf. We love you, chat. Thank you guys so much. But yeah, if you missed the first 5 seconds where I got like right into the nitty gritty, we are going to be making a tier list of all of the fights that we've seen so far in the Egghead arc. What's up, Lonely Mage? Man, you guys are so goated. We
Dude,
love
I know
you
Star Knight Andy Lex in the chat too. Like,
yeah, man.
But yeah, so this is gonna be pretty spicy. There's gonna be some hot takes. I know for sure because I have a few holstered myself, and Lucas has also said that he has some hot takes. So I just want to say, whatever is said in this stream, I still love you guys when all is said and done. But it's gonna get spicy. It's gonna get real spicy, y'all.
Don't make me choose. All right, just don't make me choose.
I'm gonna close my camera for the stream so that we can get the tier list up on screen.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
I've got a whole nother panel for everything set up that way.
Yeah, let's bring that up full screen so our wonderful audience can see as well.
I'll bring it up full screen for them.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Beautiful. Hey. I gotta click on it real quick. Still get used to this. It's just so much easier though.
So it seems like first fight on the list today is. That was my poor attempt at a drum roll with one hand. Thank you, Vex. Blackbeard versus Trafalgar D. Waterlaw. Yo, Lonely Mage with the 5 gifted memberships. We love you so much, brother.
Oh, appreciate you, bro.
Oh my god, dude! I was trying to get Monocro all last stream, and you got your first shot. That's crazy. That is, and you
Yeah.
got sway shocks. Oh man, that's crazy. No, but I was literally trying to get Monocro, like because dude made it rain in our last stream. You got to go check it out if you haven't seen it yet. It is absolutely fire. 8.5 hours of W content with all these W creators. You literally got him first shot, so thank you so much for that, because I was shelling out the big bucks to try to get that, man.
So I'm a first off, go ahead and assume if I was Cody right now, I would be putting Blackbeard probably A to S tier, but that's probably just Cody.
Hey, but you gotta also assume that if you're Vex, you're putting Law in the A to S tier as well.
Bro, like
right?
Yeah.
okay, there's nothing wrong with that neither. I really do like
All right,
it.
let's
Yeah.
let's start getting into this though, boys, because let's be real about this. This fight was short and sweet, yes, but Law got fucking washed by Blackbeard.
Okay,
I mean,
but
most of it
Go ahead,
was
Josh.
off screen in the first place.
Yeah, true.
I like the S tier trash talk. You know, like when he's like, you got a crew full of anchors. That was absolute spice coming from my guy Law.
Mhm.
And then we can't discredit, Chopper coming through with the, like, we're counting like the Beppo, like the attack as
Yeah.
like part of this fight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this
Yes.
was one of the most hype things that I had ever seen. My heart was down in the bottom of the ocean with Kid when I saw this. So I mean, like I was like, I think it's a crime to not put it in at least the top of A, but love to hear what you guys are thinking.
So I was actually going to put this in B tier when I
Yeah,
was,
same.
but I reread it last night. But I'm actually going to say A with vexyz only because that Beppo moment pushes it up to A tier. Like when Beppo pulls out the Sulong.
Wait. Andy Lex also put a good point in the chat. He said Law became one of my new waifus. We can't forget
you
about
can't
that.
forget that.
Jesus.
Just to be clear, we're talking about Law versus Blackbeard pirates, not just Blackbeard, not just Law versus Blackbeard, but
Yeah.
Sure.
It's when
Yeah.
when they got ambushed. Yes.
yeah. So I would say A, because if it's just the Blackbeard and Law is B, but if you add with the other side with the introduction of the Downfur with something like Van Orger, that was such, like,
Oh,
A
not only
sniper
that, but
that can
remember,
warp. Yeah. A, yeah.
Law took out Stronger and .Q in like 2
Yeah.
seconds. He was
Yeah,
like,
and
Gamma Knife, let's go.
negative diff.
Yeah, negative
diff.
diff.
And then this
So it's
also
an A.
set up parameters for what hockey can do against Devil Fruit and confirm things. So like power scaling has been different since this fight happened forever. This fight literally changed the entire meta when it came to One Piece YouTubers and TikTok and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like talking about like these tiers, like this caliber of fight, this literally redefined. So I think it's literally a criminal to put it anywhere below the top of A. I would say S myself, but I'm gonna be generous and understand that top of A is also acceptable.
What about you,
But that's
Josh?
just
How you feeling about this fight?
I mean, seeing what comes next, I see this fight as a middle way, like B tier,
B tier.
and other fights are better than this one.
Okay, so I'm for A. Vex is for A. Sounds like Cube is for A. Fritz, what do you
I'm for
think?
A.
I would say B, and it's the fact that pretty much Blackbeard did beat Law dramatically. There is no real threat there when he pretty much come out unscathed. And to Handsome, to wanting to see female teach, we do have that in the show. It's called The Dawn, but
Oh my god, it's crazy.
But
That's the first. That's the first Lucas's cackle on stream of the new year. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
But since we have A's versus B's and it took the majority, we will do to put it in the right spot.
In A, okay.
Love that for us. Love
Hold
that
on,
for us.
wait. I gotta shout out my boy Dastardly Dan. Trafimgar D Woman Lou Law.
No,
God.
it is crazy. Yo,
That is
chat is
goated.
unhinged.
So before we go too deep into the tier list, I would like to tell chat we are only putting 3 of these fights in S tier, and the reason I say that is I personally think this next fight is the first contender for S tier, and that is Gear 5th Luffy versus Rob Lucci's Awakened Fruit.
Oh, bro. When he pulled the goggles out,
When he
I knew
pulled the
oh my
goggles.
god. I knew the gloves were off. Like this was gas. This was crazy gas. Absolutely. I don't have much to say about it other than that though. So y'all spit.
Josh, you're the resident power scaler of TLA. What did you think of this fight?
Bro, the fight was just a banger. Like seeing Luffy fight Lucci again and just dominating him. Also, that panel with his giant face just reminded me of those old cartoons and Cuphead and things like
Dude,
that.
are you talking about when he eats Lucci?
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, he straight does. No, that was my profile picture on TikTok for like 2 months after this fight. Like, this is an easy S tier for me. What do we think of though, Cube? Where do you think this should go?
Honestly, if it was any other opponent that Luffy has never faced before, I would have maybe put it B, because it was a good fight. But it was like on the Luffy side, it was more like he's enjoying while the other one is putting all of his strength, kind of a Goku and Vegeta type of thing situation sometimes. But since it's a Rob Lucci thing and it does break up the stakes, I do see it as being a candidate for S tier. Because Rob Lucci is one of the best fights Luffy's fight pre-time skip, so it's kind of, the difference. You see what happens during those adventures, So I would consider maybe possible future S tier, but or else I would put it A.
A, okay. I'm for S. Sounds like Josh and Vex
Yes.
are both S. Fritz, what are you thinking?
Being probably one of the most highly anticipated fights to reoccur in the show. Like, talk about a flashback to Eni's lobby where everybody else has now had their glow up, and these are like giant monsters in their realms. This is like literally what people been begging for years.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So,
say
I think
I
it's
think-
crazy. Yeah, like the fact that people are like scaling Lucci at Admiral level now because of this fight. Well, shout out to Kev DOG, but no, but yeah, like this was a
throw it
wild
up
fight.
there.
Yeah,
I will give it. We'll go ahead and give it definitely its first slot an S, and we'll have to have these defend each other for if another one decides to come up and take more than a third place in S tier. So
Yeah. Agreed. That's the first S tier of the stream, baby. Let's go.
they're all.
I mean,
these are
these
all pretty
can-
legendary.
yeah. Like if we weren't running a balanced list, there's an argument for S tier for all of these, just because Egghead has been so crazy, built different, and stuff like that, and stuff might get bumped down later on. We'll see. It's gonna get pretty spicy. Yeah, it's gonna get pretty spicy. But like Dastard, my guy, said in the chat, like the stream, absolutely. What is the next fight we have here? Is it Zoro versus Kaku?
Yes.
Yes, Zoro versus Kaku.
Kaku, in your
Kaku.
Midwestern. Oh god. Oh god.
Says he improved greatly during his time skip, becoming a CP0 elite, bro.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I was pretty upset to see that Kaku was awakened. I was just like, so we're just giving awakenings to everybody now.
Yeah,
Like,
course.
I don't know. It didn't really. I just don't recall too much else about this fight except for Zoro being pretty smug and waking up from his nap and seeing, the nose guy. It was. I would say this is probably a contender for C tier in my book. What do y'all think?
Do you think it undermines like the rest of the awakenings that were happening that we were seeing, like
No.
him getting it?
Not
I think
really.
it just gasses up Kaku unnecessarily. I don't think it takes away from other awakened users. I think it just gives too much to Kaku. Does that make sense?
It's like
Yeah,
just,
no.
it's like when like the fucking younger generation and DBZ all just give you Super Saiyan and give you Super Saiyan and you get Super Saiyan.
So but in that same light, I don't think that takes away from like the Super Saiyan transformation that
Yeah,
we
I
get
know.
on Namek and things like that. It's just that it gives too much to the new generation.
Yeah.
Like we're just giving everybody, like Dojutsu. We're just giving everybody the Rasengan. We're just
Brandon
giving
King.
everybody like
Brandon
it's
King.
crazy. But
S for
Yeah,
Black
Brandon
Nose
King.
Pistol.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up too.
shout out BK.
BK, dude, no.
That's good.
For me, it's definitely a high C, maybe even low C, if I'm being honest. It's
Is
just,
it Is it cherry high C or is it
Yeah,
like
I was
orange or-
thinking, I was thinking like cherry because that's like one of the
fruit
worst flavors.
punch?
Yeah, actually, fruit punch is the worst flavor of high C. Orange is goated. But no, I don't know, man. It was like you said with the whole awakening of Kaku, like, and the way that Zoro really. It was.
Every
I
time you
know.
say
I know.
Kaku.
It's the way I say it in my Midwestern accent, but the whole fight, man. It felt like it was just so easy for like Zoro. It felt like Zoro barely had any problems taking him down, which is a testament to how far Zoro's come. But it's also like you said with the awakening. It's like, why did he need to be awakened if Zoro was just gonna wash him like that?
Yeah, and like it's cool to see a cakewalk happen, but it doesn't make for a really interesting fight, you know? Like,
yeah.
It felt like a detour just to keep Zoro like, and somebody said this in the middle of a chapter reaction. I believe I was watching Dak. Shout out to Dak, we love him. But somebody was like, so they did this just so that Zoro couldn't be somewhere else in the arc where he would have like made the plot different. Like if Zoro was like around when Luffy and Lucci were fighting, Lucci wouldn't have even touched Luffy because Zoro would have been there. So this was like a distraction ploy to keep Zoro away from more plot relevant like parts of the arc. That's what it felt like. It's just like Zoro's too powerful, so we gotta keep him busy somewhere else right now.
Yeah,
let's make him fight the guy with the nose, you know. Like, and I mean, major shout out to Katie Paisley Pikachu because I know Kaku is her guy, and I don't want to disrespect him or anything like that. But yeah, this fight was pretty mid for me.
That argument doesn't really hold up because the fight happened after everyone was up in the stratosphere when the agents entered.
It's just that Zoro could have been doing literally anything else to impact the arc.
But instead he was doing the sheep. He was assaulted.
I get it, but
he assaulted back.
So Josh, Cube, what are you guys thinking? Where are you thinking for this one?
Yeah, C, it's a good choice.
C, Cube.
Yeah, for me it's a C. However, I will mention that that moment where Zoro is sleeping, he just barely wakes up to block Kaku's attack. Should be an honorable mention. But yeah, for me it's a C.
Yeah, I agree. That was pretty hard. But like Josh said, he got assaulted and assaulted right back. But I'm thinking C. Fritz, what are you thinking?
We're gonna fit the bill with a C like that, and you know, like it's more of a testament, you know, that he just didn't immediately die fighting one of the goated of goats. All right.
Right. Yeah. Fair. I mean, giraffes are cool though, guys. We have to remember this argument.
Giraffes are
That's
cool.
True. They are pretty cool, yeah.
But horses are bad people too. So.
Yeah, that is true. Horses are bad.
Oh my goodness.
I haven't heard that in years. I don't have my glasses on. What's the next fight?
I like turtles.
So this is
I like turtles.
It's Stussy, Kaku, and Rob Lucci.
Oh, bro. This was crazy. Like, this was absolutely crazy. But I don't know, Lucas, you sound like you have something you want to say.
I want to give it an A tier just because it's Stussy and I love my girl. But like,
yes, sir.
This might be my first pick for D. Because was it
D?
Yeah. Was it really a fight? Because she kind of
negative.
You know, yeah, she negative diff. No, well, not that, but it's because she got him by surprise with her little poisonous fangs and stuff, and it was more of a not an assassination. That wouldn't be the right word I'm looking for. But it was more of like a sneak attack. You know what I mean? Hey, JJ in the chat, John Sherrod on all social media platforms. What is going on, my guy?
What's good, OPU fam? Hope you're ready for the Davy back.
Yeah, you guys gotta get ready for that. I need a message. Actually, I need to message you guys about that. So like, but no, yeah, like Dan says, A tier for reveal, C tier for sneak, but I'm seeing D tier for the sneak.
Well, you also have to think the reveal wasn't in the fight. Like we saw stuff that would not have made sense if not for the cover story that we got.
Yeah.
But the reveal was in a cover story. It was not in this fight. It was in a chapter that was like including this fight, but it wasn't like actually in the fight itself. It was in a cover story, so
I mean,
I can't give it the points for the reveal. I can only really give it the points for like it just looked like she just negative diff 2 awakened Zoans, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
yeah, we still got the reveal at the end of the chapter that he's a clone of someone, and also has the bat wings, and we don't know what's the deal with that yet.
Yeah. Like but I would give it, I would agree with a D tier, although I do put Stussy in my top 5, One Piece waifus. It's this was a crazy feat. This was insane, but it's the same thing like we said with Zoro and Kaku. Like a cakewalk is cool and all, but it doesn't make for a really interesting fight.
Yeah. I'm going D. I want to hear what everybody else is thinking though.
Yeah, D or C.
C.
Yeah, for me it's a D. There's really nothing to that.
It's
fight.
not a fight.
It really it
Yeah,
really
exactly.
sums up like the disappointment.
It's not
D for
disappointing, it's just-
disappointment.
It's just
Oh
not.
my goodness.
It's not a fight.
Yeah, It. If
It's
anything,
just a flex. It's
yeah,
a
it's just a
singular
flex.
flex.
Yeah.
I mean, to be so sneaky, like to have Lucci not expect you to betray him, like what kind of shit is that? You really playing it
Yeah.
on all sides.
I compare it more like the introduction, similar to parallel to how Whitebeard introduces himself at the Marineford and did his Goro attack for the first time.
Yeah.
It wasn't a fight. It's like some sort of reveal.
Cody
Than
in
an
the
actual
chat. Madagascar taught me
Uh,
giraffes have Riz, bro.
Oh my goodness. Shout out to Middleway in the
Yes.
chat as well. What's good, brother? Good to see you out
yeah,
here.
he will be joining us on stream here shortly. Not on this stream, on an upcoming stream here shortly. Actually,
Yep.
I believe in the next week or so. Yeah.
Oh yeah, make sure
Saturday,
you're
20th.
subscribed. Yeah, make sure you're subscribed so you can catch that whenever that goes down. It's gonna
And
be hype.
subscribe to Middleway.
Absolutely. But
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
thank you 3 Day for putting that in the chat. We love that. That was I see you. She's amending that, but nobody saw that.
No one saw that.
this country never existed or whatever. But yeah, so
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna put Emu versus the Lelucia Kingdom as the first fight on here, but I mean that's a wash.
I mean, that's
crazy.
if you did that's before Egghead, we should put Black versus Boa too here.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, we should have put. No, that's post Wano technically. So
Yeah,
I
that's
can't do-
between dark.
3 Day, I can't delete it either because you have a wrench.
yeah, same.
That's hilarious. That is crazy.
That's all right.
Cool.
We'll
Well,
get-
everyone, make sure you sub to Reese Lucas and make sure you also sub to Middleway.
Yes.
Oh, did you want me to fix that?
No, you're good. Oh my goodness. Okay.
I think
so,
D is like a unanimous, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, unanimously
Yeah.
D.
Yeah.
D for disappointment.
D for disappointment.
Doesn't
D-
contain a fight.
D,
I'm
D
thinking
for
of you,
that's
Cam.
Dussy though.
the will of disappointment. Yep,
The
you
will
heard
of
it here. No, oh my god, crazy, man.
What is
yeah.
next? I need
Okay.
to put my glasses on.
This is kind of a combination of things here. This is Straw Hat Pirates, CP0, Vegapunk, and Vegapunks versus the Seraphim.
So this is when the Seraphim were controlled by York and going out and attacking everyone.
I mean, this contains also the Srahas versus Pest Shark. When
Yeah.
it's for, yeah.
It can, so this will be like S-Hawk versus Zoro and all that.
Yeah.
S-Hawk.
It's
It's like an
though, was fire.
amalgamation. This is an amalgamation of all of the things that happened right before the York reveal, and then we did a little bit of a
Okay.
time skip, right? Like,
Yeah. Okay. Well.
S-Hawk though is like goated for real. Like, I
Yeah,
think that's-
that fight with Zoro was fucking insane.
dude just lopped off like the entire top half of the island, which is crazy. Like,
For me, honestly, I'm gonna jump in directly. For me, if it has to be an A or not, I will settle for a highest of B because I feel like with the the mixture of everything we've had, especially the Seraphims and everything, like the S Shark fight with S Shark, the fight against the S Hawk, honestly.
Yeah, and we got a lot of good info dumped during these battles too. With the fight with S Shark, we found out about you don't. Oh well. He got another call. You find out that the person doesn't have to be deceased for them to use the devil fruit in the seraphim. Like you got a lot of good lore during these fights as well. I would go low A, high B for this.
Yeah, I say a high B.
High B.
You also have that goated Sanji moment when he just kicked S Shark
Yeah,
to
yeah.
protect Nami.
What did he say? He's like, I don't care if it's a kid or not. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
He's like, he just smokes it.
Also, the combination attacks between Zoro and Luffy and Kaku and Lucci.
Yeah, that was.
I thought
godly.
these fights, like it felt like it was trying to be roof piece, like esque, like ish to me, where it was like cutting away and not showing us the full finish or like the full sequencing, and like I feel like it actually suffered from that a little bit. In my opinion, I don't know if I rate this anywhere near as high as you guys. I would honestly say this is be like a C or a D for me. Just because there was so much going on. There were some cool reveals and things like that, not gonna lie. But it was so, I remember trying to like keep up with I'm not a power scaler myself, but I watch like some people who are and things like that. These fights and the feats that were presented in these fights were so, like, some of them were so ambiguous, and so like a lot of the community was like saying things that just like was completely contradicting to like, and everyone was standing like on with all 10 toes on these like takes, and I'm just like, yo, this is like, so much of it was inconclusive, and some of these fights didn't even get proper endings. We just like left and came back like a day later, and we have no idea how they even ended. So this to me felt a little bit weaker comparatively to the rest of Egghead. Still good, but in my opinion, compared to the rest of the fights on this list, I would put this in a C or maybe even a D. That's just my opinion, though.
Now I'm rethinking what I said.
Yeah,
I just like I mean, don't let me sway you. Like, it's just like that's just my take on it. If it makes sense,
then,
you know,
you're accurate on it, because we came back to this fight after the skip. It was basically like, yeah, Boa's Seraphim fell in love with Luffy as well, and that's what stopped the Seraphim. Like, oh, I would say, like, I'm still sticking to B, maybe a C though.
Oh wait, this is when we got the fight where York like fake out, like got petrified by like no, okay, D. I'm voting D. Like, absolutely. In my opinion, I'm sorry. I am absolutely voting D. This was one of my least favorite parts of the entire arc. I will stand adamantly at calling this D tier. Y'all say what y'all gotta say, but that's where I sit. One of the worst like little bits. Some cool moments. That was just such a huge letdown, in my opinion.
On the upside, you're getting hyped up in the chat over that beautiful bean footage of your voice rolling through the microphone.
Bro, yeah, Cody needs to chill. but
never chill, Cody. Captain's
oh
orders.
My goodness. Yeah, we have NoChillDill and never chill Cody, right?
Yeah.
Like, a beautiful combination.
But yeah, I firmly put this at a D now that I remember that this was where we got York getting like fake out petrified by S Snake.
Final votes, boys. Then Vexyz is D. You say B. I say B. Actually, no. I'm gonna be the I'm gonna say B. I'm gonna say D. Cube, Fritz.
I'm gonna stay with my B.
B. So we're putting it in B. First one in the B tier.
Man.
Crazy. Wait, what did you vote, Fritz?
I went C. You kind of had me convinced there right at the end.
Yeah, I almost said C as well. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I dropped my A stance and said, okay, it deserves to be a B.
Yeah, we said there's gonna be some spiciness, guys. This is just the start of it.
And my spiciness starts right now. D tier. Shanks versus Kid. D tier.
Bro, what are you talking about? We got the tea bag of Elbath. Like,
the greatest one.
But like, think about it, man. Everyone hyped this moment up, and yes, Kid respectfully sank to the bottom of the ocean. But is it did they hype it up because it was a good fight, or did they only hype it up because Shanks finally did something?
I think that's the latter.
Yeah. Which, yeah, it was amazing seeing him use that. What was it? Divine
Departure.
Divine Departure. This is the first named attack by Shanks in the entire series, and it was the same attack that Roger threw. So that holds a lot of significance, but
yes,
same argument as the Kaku Zoro thing and the whole Stussy. Like a no diff or even a negative diff is, and I'm gonna say it right now again. This fight was so crazy because there are still people to this day, love you Bushido, who think that Kid would have absolutely wrecked Shanks if he were like 2 seconds quicker on his reaction time or something like that. And I'm just like,
no,
yo, like I don't know. It's crazy what this did to power scaling.
I
It's
will say,
absolutely insane.
Yeah, even though I'm standing strong on that. This belongs to the D tier. I think that Shanks, like, using his observation hockey was amazing. Like, seeing how far future sight can actually go. Because, like, Katakuri was seeing, like, moments into the future, like, literally 0.0% of seconds. But Shanks was seeing, like, minutes into the future. Like, he was, like, seeing it. And that is impressive, yes. But as far as a fight goes, Kid got murked, like, entirely. Like,
yeah, honestly, it was cool for the reveals because we got a named attack from Shanks finally, and we got to see he was on Elbaf, and we got to see Dorian Brogy again. Great,
which is awesome.
But honestly, a more impressive feat for me is post Wano when he Wi-Fi hockeyed Green Bull. That's more impressive to me because he handled an Admiral, a Supernova. Cool, a freaking Admiral without even being on the same island as him. That's way more impressive to me. So I will agree that I would put this in a D tier.
Yes.
So, I have a question, guys, before I give my ranking. Is there a void rank? Because I can't even put a D rank for me. I'm sorry. And I'll explain why. It's like, it's a fight between Kid and Shanks, and there were more discussions about Shanks' ally than the actual situation. Like, I'm sorry. It's like, it's not even the Stussy thing. We could have talked because there was something to it. She used Kairoseki. There's something. I'm sorry. Like, Shanks just saw the future, took out Kid. I'm sorry, you can't even call this a fight.
Probably did.
Yo, shout out
named attack.
Yeah,
great
shout
chapter.
Yeah, great chapter. Shout out
to
to first mate Den Kushi in the chat, who said Dictoria. That just kind of got me. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god,
that is crazy. But great chapter, but not a great fight. Like, I'm just like, if we're really ranking it, especially comparatively to the rest of Egghead.
Yeah.
No, not even.
You know what? I am, however, going to do another honorable mention. I'm going to be doing that because we do give props where props is deserved. I'm going to give props to Killer for Killer being that loyal to jump with Kid to try to help him out. We'll give props to Killer for his loyalty.
I was rereading a little bit of these fights before the stream and stuff, and seeing that panel where the rest of Kid's crew is like, the captain's not moving, Killer's not, like, and he's like, I can't remember what they say, if he's not breathing or he's not moving. It's like, yeah, Killer's got killed. Like, fight back. Like, they did not, and then Dorian Brogy goldfished them. So, like, Josh, I think you're the only one we haven't heard. You and Fritz are the only two we haven't heard cook on. What are your thoughts?
I am with the crew on this one, so there's no need for my explanation.
Again, but this isn't really a fight, but the build up to this moment was insane. And also the two double page spreads of destroying of Kid and his ship. I say this is a moment, but C or D fight.
I agree. Exactly. Very, very well put. Like,
an S moment, but D fight.
Yeah.
Exactly. S moment for Shanks.
Yes.
But but absolutely a D moment, like, as far as fight, or a D fight. Yeah, I agree.
That's what I would say. 'Cause, like,
exactly. It's not a fight. It was a slaughter.
Not.
Kid
it's
getting
just
smacked down by the gatekeeper himself. All right, like.
He said, "You came to see the man marked by flames. You're about to be marked by pain. Let's go."
Oh my god, it's crazy.
Now this next one, definitely still has people cooking on what is and what's to come of the ending. All right, and we have Garp, Kobe, and others versus Kuzan, Pizarro.
Oh wow. So
Yeah.
just the whole Hachinosu.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
That's
the whole
all of
of it.
all of that.
The whole
we were
event.
gonna split this
So-
up into Kobe, Groose, and Helmeppo versus Pizarro. and then-
Pizarro.
yeah, Garp versus Kuzan, but because of
Yeah.
how eclectic it was, literally a full-on battle, like almost a war in itself, we just decided to keep them together. I want to hear everyone else's before I give my opinion on this.
Okay, yeah. I want to go first. I'm gonna say this S rank. This is my S rank. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yes, rank.
Absolutely, bro.
Unanimous
Absolutely. Like,
Has
bro, with
everything.
the
Has
battleship
everything.
bags, he
Bro.
folded freaking like San Juan Wolf, and we got to see him the Galaxy Impact, the Galaxy Divide. We got like 4 or 5 different Devil Fruit reveals. The Kuzan, like blow for blow. It's on the thumbnail. Like, it's one of my favorite panels that's ever existed in One Piece. Like, there was so much gas in this, and then Helmeppo just existing is just an immediate like high A.
Dude,
Like
There's a moment in the news coup for this chapter where I was like completely dragging Helmeppo for like just because it's Helmeppo. Let's be real.
Oh my god.
And then he pulled out the double scimitars and he blocked the shot and he launched Kobe and I was like, okay, yeah, Helmeppo is him. Like that is him.
him Lepo. Yeah,
Him Lepo, like entirely.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. From the
Yeah.
start to the Galaxy Impact with literally the Shiryu move plus Garb, the sacrifice that Garb did. I'm sorry. S rank. It's S rank.
And for anybody who might think like it's cheap to leave this as the entire thing as its own, like not separating them, these all had a significant change. The battles, the outcome being still theorized about right now, today.
Yeah.
Like this is it. This is S tier for sure.
Yeah, S
I'm
tier. I love
sorry.
that we're all unanimous about this because, like, that fight. Like, let's just cook on this for a second, boys. That fight between Kuzan and Garp, getting the reveal of how, like, Garp loved Kuzan. You could tell. Like, that was his boy. That was his apprentice. That was his man. And to have to stay that line, dude, that the coldest line in all of Egghead to this day, still.
The son
You
slash
have a
grandson he
habit.
never had.
Yeah, you have a habit of raising enemies.
That's
Oh
so
my
crazy.
God.
Like
Yeah.
anybody who says this is an A tier, like I need you to go and reread through the final lesson chapter. I need you to go and like really check out like the amount of mystery that was also like, because we still don't know what's up with the Perona Moria situation. We don't know if Katarina Devon was actually somewhere on that island. And like there's so much that's still up in the air, and like but it's not the kind of inconclusive that made me consider putting like the whole Seraphim brawl and stuff like that into D tier. This was the kind that like you love to see.
Yeah.
This was insane. This was on so many different levels. Like Hachinosu, before we got the Kuma flashback, Hachinosu, I was just like, yo, this is exactly the kind of cutaway I would want from a gas arc like Egghead. If I were to spend time anywhere else, it's like this quality or higher. And then obviously we get the Kuma stuff later on, but like this was insane. And Garp Garp has nothing to prove to anybody after this. It's absolutely insane how much this did for the story and
finally,
how fantastic these fights were.
And finally seeing just what level Kobe is on now was just
his
insane.
glow up.
Like, yeah, dude, his glow up. Like, it's like we were all like, I don't know about you guys, but when I was reading this chapter for the first time, I was there tense. I was like, is Kobe going to be able to pull this off? And then you get the story of the battleship bags, and you see the rigorous training he went through. He was there every night, even after it was time to go to bed, hitting those battleships. And then he unleashes that honesty impact and just splits Pizarro's arm and top half. Like, S tier all day. Like, let's go.
Has an entire power and will of his own. His justice is pure, bro.
And if you analyze any step of those moments, especially the Garb stuff, the stuff you really like, the sandbag training, that's literally what Luffy did in Along Park when he broke the walls. It's the same thing, same type of impact. So it's like, for me, it's goated. It's one of the best moments in Egghead for me.
Yeah,
sure.
it's like we were talking the other day on Chat Rules about like moments that we want to see animated, and I was so sad because none of us really brought up the Hachinosu stuff. But Honesty Impact, when that gets animated, the fan base, especially for anime onlys, they're gonna lose it. They're gonna freaking lose it. I'm trying to censor myself because monetization and whatnot, but they're gonna lose it. They're gonna lose it, man. Like
Says we're gonna lose
insane.
it.
Yeah. We play the Soviet Union music. We are gonna lose it. Like
Oh my goodness.
our consciousness is gonna break. But
Oh
yes,
my
I think we're all in
crazy.
agree. I think we're all in agreement. S tier.
I
Yeah.
do put it in S. Again, there is a chance that some things might get like booted out, you know, depending on how things go out. Would you guys put this above what we currently have in S or below?
Ooh.
For me,
I
it's
would
a
put
toss up.
above, yeah.
For me,
above.
those things are the same as from an art point in the fight. I have those equally.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it above. Just
I would
the
agree.
Garp moments, the Kobe moments, like the Chad Meppo moments, like
Ugh, bro. Yeah, I would put this at the currently the top arc that we
Yeah.
have listed in this tier ranking. So high S, higher than where we currently have
It's
Luffy
hugging
versus
it.
Lucci.
It's hugging the S.
Yeah.
All right, that's.
yeah, I do
want
want to say to Din and TJ in the chat, I agree. She kind of lost her significance in this one. She she did not do much.
Yeah.
She
that-
existed, which is more than we could say for Bogard.
No, he
Oh
won't.
my
there.
God.
He's not gonna
I am.
there.
I do want, guys. I do want to address something since Cody is not here. I have to do it for him. Where's his boy Smoker? He was nowhere to be seen.
Oh my goodness.
I got you, Cody. I got you, Cody. I got you, Cody. I got you. Smoker, don't forget about Smoker. Be lacking.
Crazy.
Me lacking.
I do also have to shout out for this because on Hachinosu we got to see Josh's waifu, Perona. So got to shout that out.
Let's go.
We got a new waifu too, Kujaku. Like
Yeah, Kujaku with her
crazy fight, bro.
with her tame fruit.
Yeah, right, fruit. The right.
But that
fruit,
was
you
good.
mean.
That was a different. That was
Oh wait, that was
no,
that's
that was a different one.
Hibari.
That's a different-
No,
Yeah,
Hibari
that's a
is,
different.
no. Hibari doesn't have a fruit.
No,
It's
it's,
the old chick. What's her name? Chat. What's the red chick's name?
I
I'm
forgot.
totally forgetting. Yeah.
Where the f- is Mario Judah? I'm a big dog, big bear. I'm not
All
saying
right.
that word.
All right. Can't do that.
She has like a weird name. Okay, we'll move on to the next fight. I'm sure chat will tell me.
Yeah,
But,
somebody tell us.
Which one?
the chick with the granny marine with the ride fruit. I forgot her name.
Hold on, didn't just dropped heat in the chat.
Bluegrass.
Shout out, yeah,
Bluegrass.
bluegrass, yeah. Shout out to Brago for the 3rd of February. Is Brago D Ace coming on finally? Let's go.
Let's go.
TLA doing big things, yo. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Big things in 2024, love.
And also shout out to Tainted Marth. We love
Yeah,
you, brother.
for real.
Yeah.
I was his
Oh, Bello,
was-
Doran, don't get me started on some simping for Bello Betty, baby. Don't get me started. Me and Vex will cook all the stream. We will forget the rest of the fights.
I built a whole TCG deck around her because that's her right there. But shout out to Tainted Marth. I was his first member on his channel. Everybody make sure you go join. He's got some goated emotes. I'm so glad you finally got there, brother. Knew it was
Same.
gonna happen.
Yes. And shout out to the special grade sorcerer of the last arc, Cody D. Man, who just joined the stream. How we doing today, Cody?
Like and subscribe.
If it's my left AirPod or the right AirPod that doesn't work, but I'm great. How are you?
We're chilling, big
We're
chilling.
chilling.
Big
Bing
chill.
chilling.
There we
Yeah.
go. I'm
Do you have
mixed
any-
here.
Do you have anything to say
have you-
about where we're currently standing on our tier list?
Dog, yeah, I do. I've got to spit some business. I didn't know if I could jump in here or not till I read Den's message, and I said, "Oh man, if I can hop in, I've got
Yeah, anybody.
Spit. I've got to spit." But like Luffy versus Lucci was a wash, was it not?
No,
Yeah.
it was
There's
no. It was
way Lucci was pressing Luffy. You all are crazy if y'all
Bro
expect me
took
to
5
believe
hits.
that.
Bro took 5 hits from him, and was that? It wasn't until after that he was ready to freaking call it quits, bro.
bro. It wasn't a ring out. It wasn't a knockout. It was a timeout. So like this could have got and especially knowing what we know about Luffy's Gear 5, Lucci absolutely survived and stayed mobile like through multiple of Luffy's attacks. And if he were to just rope a dope, get the time to go a little bit longer, if there weren't other extenuating circumstances, Luffy could have fell out of Gear 5 and been hockeyless for a certain amount of time, and then he would have won. So yes, I do believe it was not a wash.
Also,
No,
this
I
is
think
a
it was
Gear
a
5.
wash.
This is a Gear 5 fight. The art is some of the best Oda can cook.
No,
The-
but I agree.
Get him out of here.
What the fuck?
What happened? What is that?
Were you
Bro.
kicked him?
Yeah.
What? What happened? Cody, come back. Josh, don't
You
do
just-
that.
Did you really just kick him?
Yeah. Cody
Bruh.
can come back here.
So I think
Crazy. So S tier fight is Josh versus Cody because that's inbound. But
One thing.
oh my goodness. So what do we have next, y'all? I can't even see. I'm not even gonna pretend to be able to see. I'm legally blind. Hold it down, y'all.
Was it
what's
Morley
next?
and Karasu versus Fujitoro and
so it's the
Oh,
reverie. It's
the reverie, the
Yeah.
admiral versus the commanders
Yeah.
of the. This is crazy. Oh man. I think this is hilarious because shout out to Majin Crow over at OPU, who is a huge Green Bull stan. And this was wild to see Green Bull stocks go where they did, which they were already not super high after the Wi-Fi hockey thing. I think they were shackled though, because but them not being able to really cause mass destruction where they were. And I don't know, it was really, really interesting. I also loved Fujitora just being like, yo, want me to drop a meteor? And they're like, no. And he's like, okay.
Yeah,
this is hilarious.
I won't lie. I forgot this happened. So it's a C for me. But
No.
Kurosu's Devil Fruit reveal was amazing. Like
Oh yeah.
getting some more information, seeing the soot fruit in action. And not only that, but like you said, Fujitora's moments in this fight were just, I love seeing anything Fujitora.
Yeah, I love that the Karasu reveal, because actually in One Piece D&D had made an Ash Logia forever ago. And because there was so much ambiguity about like, is it a Zoan? Is it a Logia? Is it a Paramecia that somehow works with crows? Like it's really crazy to actually get that to come to fruition. And although it is the soot fruit, not the ash, I was pretty close. And that was one of my absolute favorite fruits that I ever came up with. So I gotta honestly say that is a huge reveal. Of all of the reveals we have gotten in the Egghead arc, probably my favorite devil fruit. It's insane. It's really good. It's honestly really good.
Mine is still favorite devil fruit at the Egghead arc. I know that's not the topic at the moment, but it's still the no me.
Yeah. Goated name.
Yeah, goated name. The good old brain fruit. No, because it just does. It has. I'm not gonna get into it. Never mind. Yeah, I want to hear everyone else.
Check out Devil Fruit rankings if you want to get into it.
Yeah.
but no, this fight was really cool because we got to see Morley just give Green Bull a big old bear hug, and that's just so Morley. We love Morley.
Yeah,
that's our girl.
Oh yeah, and it was also pretty gas because again, like having Fujitora moments is just really great. But we didn't really see like any flexing on either side, because on one it was like guerrilla tactics, and on the other it was specifically they were being shackled. So I can't call it a full fight. I would agree with the C tier.
Fritz, Josh, Cube, Cody, what are we thinking?
Yeah, for me, I think it's a even higher B tier. I just love those interactions we got in that fight. Also, this shouldn't be how you say it. Yeah, we shouldn't see the admirals in a worse light than before. Just they should elevate the commanders of the Revolution Army even higher. I don't know what the people say about Green Bull is weak or something like that. That's not true.
No, he has the last showing from all the animals we've seen. He's the one who has the last showing of W's. That's the problem.
Are
think
we
it's just
including Sabo versus the Gorosei and Emu?
No, that's next.
No,
That's
that
next.
is
That's
actually next.
So
Then this is D. There's nothing here for me.
for me, since I'm a revolutionary guy, it's my team. I'm just gonna put a C. But for me, it's like compared to everything we've seen in Egghead, it's just very there's. not
Cube,
that
I
much.
thought you were a celestial dragon. That's crazy. Like,
He's always hunting rabbits.
I'm undercover. I'm a revolutionary undercover. I'm a celestial dragon, but an actual revolutionary undercover.
It's all pretty inconclusive, really, though, because, like, honestly, it was a power play so that revolutionaries could achieve their goals. You know.
Also, isn't this where they got Kuma too? Like they actually
Yeah.
successfully got Kuma out of there. So big ups for their R8 Revolutionary Army, because Kuma would not be where he is right now if they did not get him off of the top of the red line.
absolutely. And then
So-
Dastard said that the Soot was I put it in the chat, but he said that was the first Logia we've gotten in like a decade. Not true, because we did get Green Bull's Fruit, which was also a Logia. A lot of people forget, but the Mori Mori is a Logia.
Yep.
Yes. The
And
woods
it's awakened.
We don't know that, but that is a theory I've heard. But I liked these moments, but as a fight, we really didn't get to see any of the gloves come off. So I would say like C, yeah, for sure at the highest.
I would guess C as well.
We have D, B, C, C. What did you rank it, Cube?
So for me, it was a C.
Okay, I think C is where it lands, right?
Yep.
And that brings us into Sabo and Cobra versus the Gorosei, right? Like,
Cobra definitely put up a fight.
Yeah.
we gotta be fair, right? Like it was Gorosei, all of the Gorosei and Emu versus Sabo and Cobra.
All right.
So,
Listen, but in reality though, Saba only lives because Cobra's sacrifice, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
this is like showing his like resolve and everything, knowing that he had to take responsibility so that they might eventually be dealt with one day, right?
Yeah. It was all about survival. It was less about fighting and making a mark on the Gorosei or Emu, and more about getting the hell out of there. Like,
dude, Sabo was shook. Like that man got on that boat. He was clutching his chest. He said, "Damn, I've been hit, but I ain't been hitting my chest." Like that shit
Oh
was
my
wild.
god. Where's the
Oh,
memes?
man.
Where's the memes where they have all the Gorosei standing behind a couch and just
it's
like,
Sabo on the
no,
couch.
stop.
Sabo on the couch.
Red-haired Shanks.
and
Ayo.
Cobra's dead on the
Ayo.
floor in GTA.
Oh my god.
In GTA.
I'm gonna say something. I saw more showing with Cobra versus the Goroseis than Kid versus Shanks. Just saying that.
Oh my god. Yeah, at least Cobra stood up out of his chair and actually lived through 2 of those YouTube thumbnail attacks.
Yeah,
Exactly.
thumbnail attack.
Wow.
I mean, so Dastard said in the chat right now, and my boy Dex Sake has been saying it since the chapter came out. He got hit with them YouTube thumbnail arrows. Like
He got thumbnail diffed. I like it.
But you know what? But we have to give it up. I'm so happy for this chapter because now Cobra could stop dying in people's furies for the last couple of years. Now we know that he's dead. Because
Oh,
One
my
more
God.
bad dad out of the curse. You know what I'm saying?
bro.
He can be dead and no, he's not dead. He's dead. At least now we know he's dead. At least that's good.
This last year
For
was wild.
reveals, it was. For reveals, everything, I would put this at S tier, but as far as like a fight and stuff goes, I'm gonna say a solid A.
Yeah, me too.
I would put it in
Yeah.
B.
I was gonna
would
say
B
solid
as
A, maybe
well.
B.
I
I'd
would-
put it in B just because like it's like only the silhouettes of the Gorosei, and actually seeing what Saint J Garcia is doing now and what he could have done to Sabo then, like
Oh, yeah.
man,
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
he went easy on him.
Yeah.
So Sabo threw one attack and it got nommed up. You know, it was literally just him like fleeing. It's like when you get into a Pokemon battle and you literally just spam the run button after your first flamethrower misses. Like it's not a good fight. Like if we were like to legitimately like mechanize this into Pokemon terms, a dude used flamethrower once. It was not very effective, and then he hit the run button a whole bunch of times. Like it's a very cool moment. One of the best series of chapters in Egghead, in my opinion. But
in the chat.
not a great fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out real quick our lovely emergency food supply and Dr. Smoky Chopper, the Dr. Vega Smokes himself, for hitting 300 subs on YouTube. Let's go, brother. That is amazing.
Let's go, bro, man.
So
Link in the
proud of you.
description.
And
then-
Din hitting
Yes.
3K subs on YouTube as well. The growth is everywhere.
The growth
Also
is
linked in the
everywhere.
description. We're all linked in the description, guys. Make sure you show the love. We appreciate you guys so much. Yes, thank you 3Day for that. And thank you chat for everything that you guys do. We literally could not do this without you all. Make sure
Yes.
you like and subscribe.
Yes, like and subscribe, comment, do all the fun things.
Yes, Duran, explaining things in Pokemon terms is goated.
It
is. but that's why I put this in B at best. Like this is at best B tier because it's not a real fight. It's a cool moment. It's not a real fight though.
It's a fight for their lives, and only one of them gets to keep his. So
The only thing that Sabo beat was his feet, bro. He just got the heck out of there.
Only thing that got beat was Sabo's meat. Let's get real
Oh,
here. He got dogged.
whoa!
He got
Bro.
dogged. He said-
Bro.
This is why we've missed Cody.
They
I
put a
miss
collar
Cody.
on Sabo's neck like his name was Kube, and they took that dog for a walk. I'm telling
Oh
you.
my god, I did miss Cody, and now I don't. No I'm kidding.
Oh, it's wild.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah, I think it's pretty unanimously B. That's
I-
pretty good. Yeah,
I've placed it.
it has
Crazy.
been placed. Chat, how we doing though? How holding up?
Are we
These
are
Chat
we,
is vibing.
are we
Yeah, they're
downright
vibing.
bad for our choices here, or what's up?
Yeah, I want to know. Yeah, do you guys think we're on the right track here, or do we
I think
have
the
I
a
almost
skeleton?
agree
spiciest-
with one of.
The spiciest is yet to come. Y'all just wait. But I think we're doing a pretty good job so far, except for that other fight in B tier that belongs in D tier. But now Chad's vibing. We love you. Thank you so much.
The real question is how much are these next few are going to battle it out for top tier all the way?
Yeah,
Yeah.
is something gonna get thrown out of S tier? That's what we gotta ask ourselves. It's insane. And no you 3Day, no you.
Yes, 3-day. The lovely,
The next fight, I've got to know. I'm ready to swing for my favorite so hard already.
So we
What
are
is-
into the last 5 fights in Egghead
So
Let's
far.
go.
so
I
far.
think there's 6. I
No,
think there's
6.
6. Yeah, there's 6.
Number 10.
What's next?
Number 10.
Yeah, so what's the next one?
Barcelino
Number 15, Burger King
versus
foot lettuce.
Sentamaru.
Ooh,
Oh.
Versus tomorrow?
Or Celino.
Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Kizaru versus Sentamaru.
This was crazy. The fact that anybody thought that Sentamaru was gonna do absolutely anything against this man was
What are
crazy.
you talking about?
I really
He's the Iron
I
Defensive
really
Marines.
fucking did. You gotta remember when I caught up with One Piece Vex, Luffy got to the bottom of Impel Down, and we had just seen this fat fuck go, yo, I've got the best defense, and I guard Vegapunk because they trust my defense to guard him. I really thought.
Nah, bro.
I mean,
this guy I knew he was gonna get washed. I was like, it's gonna be a miracle if he. The only thing that is going to keep this person alive is the best friend tax. Like Kizuru's not gonna go all out. And like we did get some cool moments, some sentimental things. Like this is where the
Sentimental
Kizuru,
Sentamaru.
Yes. But the Kizaru is a traitor agenda, which I know Lucas, Cube, and I have been on since before Egghead was even a thing. Grew
Exactly.
so much in
Preach,
this, but
preach.
again, that's just a
Preach.
moment. But as a fight, C tier. I'm gonna say it like as a
Oh,
fight, C tier.
I'm gonna say this. Him saying he's the best defense. I do agree. It just for me is the power that he was against was just too overwhelming. He was outmatched. So yeah, for
I
me
will
it's like
agree.
for me it's a C. For me it's C.
I'll agree that it's a C right now. And I'll say right now because I feel like on reread, if we do get extra exposition on Kizaru and Sentomaru's relationship, if Kizaru does end up doing a flip, if we do have any more information that comes back in on reread, makes this fight more impactful, I feel like it could move up to almost a B or A because of the sentimental factor. Sentimental factor for Sentomaru.
Yeah, it makes so it's a goated moment. It doesn't make a great fight. I agree with you that the moment can be retroactively buffed up. I don't think the fight is going to be any more quality based off of like if we're looking at it just like literally from a fighting standpoint, power scaling, like brain right now. We can't really look at it as a moment and say that improves the fight entirely. We have to like really break it down blow for blow. And Kizaru didn't even sweat. No flex, no nothing. It was just like a negative diff.
This is why you can never power scale in One Piece.
Somebody mute
Okay,
this
that's
man.
toxic.
No.
Josh, get all that kick again. No,
Don't actually do it.
Yeah, don't actually do it. He will do it. Don't.
it.
Josh, no.
I will banish you. I will banish you.
Again,
to the dark dimension.
Fritz is like, I will do
I
it.
like how everyone pulled the gun and they're like, hold on, don't pull the trigger though.
Yeah.
Anyway, I
They're
started
like, he's not
blasting.
Old Yeller. This is where the red fern grows.
So I think we have 3 C's. We have 3 C's. So Josh, Lucas, and Fritz. Where are y'all ranking it?
D.
A.
What the hell?
Oh my
Out of
god!
left field.
No, Josh, speak your piece, please. Like, let him cook. What?
No.
How is this an A tier?
No.
No. Oh my god, no.
No, dude.
What is
No,
happening?
honestly, try and sell me. We'll see if it like. Tell me how this is A tier. I gotta know. I have to.
Yeah, for me, all the context with Kizaru and Sentomaru knowing each other for so many years. Yeah, Kizaru directly not obeying a command from a Gorosei just to fight his old friend. Also, the art of the chapter is just so good. Seeing Kizaru throws all the lasers and dodging Sentomaru's attack. I just love this fight.
It was a really great moment. I agree, but as far as fights go, I'm putting it where we put all the rest of the negative to no diffs is down in the C tier. Like, tell me how this fight was any better than like I know sentimentally, like it did have a lot of heaviness to it. Like especially after when we realized these two guys Nika danced together over
These guys
pizza.
are like family.
But if you're looking at it in a vacuum of just 2 dudes duking it out, how is this any different from Zoro versus Kaku? Fight wise, it was completely one-sided. But I think all the votes are cast. We had 2 D's, 3 C's, and an A. Somebody math that.
C is a majorative.
I think it is, yeah.
It is.
I think the 2 D's and the 1 A cancel each other out to a C as well, right? Crazy. Oh man.
But I do, Josh. I will say, I get what you're saying though.
I love it. I love the moment.
Yeah.
No, I respect that a lot. That's like, I really do like seeing Kizaru flex and seeing like the feats that he's like so casually pulling off, flying through the laser dome and going through all those like different beasts, like the animals and shit. That was really tight. Like, I get
not only
that,
that, but like the sentimental, like the the emotional weight of the entire fight too is
He
really there.
said, I'm not gonna say that word. I'm just gonna say a different word.
Yeah, well, because I keep wanting to say
Sentimental Sentomaru.
Yes, I keep
that's
that's
tongue twister.
yeah, I keep wanting to say sentimental Sentamaru. That's why I did it. But yeah, like the emotional weight of it is just it's there. It's impactful as
No,
well.
I love you, Lucas. You literally hard outed mid word and then just said a different word.
Yep. But I think that's actually it's going to be one of the best animated novels too. I think they're going to really play with it in the anime and hopefully get us some sad background music. Maybe Mother C's going to play it and Kizuru's going to be like, I don't want to do this.
They're gonna put Sad and Sorrow from Naruto.
Yeah.
It's
Oh my
one of the
god.
most saddest
We're gonna hear some pan flute.
I just had an idea, but I want to save this tier list after we're done, and then I would like to do a revisit of this after all the fights are animated and see if see if they change at all.
That'd be a good
Oh,
idea.
well,
That's a good
I
idea.
agree.
Fine,
I
yeah.
like that. I like that.
That's gonna make
like
my
that.
one of my next takes even spicier. I love that. Oh my goodness.
Fritz is outing. Vex is outing himself as a spicy power scaler. Actually,
Yeah.
we didn't know that.
Oh no, I'm not a power scaler.
Yeah. Next up is Kizaru versus Luffy.
Oh man.
This
Ass,
is
ass,
this is
ass.
the one where like he's getting told that he's taking it too easy on him.
Yeah, but
This was
sad.
such a ridiculous fight. This fight was insane. Only with the like, what is it? The Yaragarasu no Magadatami, or I can't pronounce it, but it's literally one of the
Gave it
coolest
one hell
attacks.
of a try.
One of the coolest attacks in all of One Piece. Dude shadow clone jutsu. Dude went for like the actual strategy in this fight was so crazy. Like he went for Usopp, knowing that was the weakest link and that Luffy would be distracted and would have to defend that. And like there was so much crazy galaxy brain stuff going on in this fight. This is my number one fight in all of Egghead.
Yeah, definitely S tier.
Yeah,
What did you
I won't
say?
be-
I think he's trolling, bro.
No, I'm trolling. I'm trolling. Me and Vex have gone in on this fight on Chad Rules, which you should catch every Friday at 8 p.m. But it's one that I'm really excited to see animated because I think that it went really fast paced in the manga. But I agree with Vex. Like it was just fucking goated. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
I've
no other
heard-
way to describe it.
I've heard a lot of people really complain about these chapters in recent like ranking, all of the Egghead chapters in 2020. I'm not going to out anybody specifically, Kev DOG. No, we love you, Kev. But I've heard a lot of people really, really, really downplaying this fight. Especially like and in Chad Rolls last week as well, like there was some people who were saying the panels did not do it justice.
Yeah,
This
that was
fight
me.
will
I was
be-
the people.
yeah. This fight will be one of the single best fights that has ever been animated in One Piece. I'm gonna probably put it over King and Zoro. I'm very confident in this fight being so.
I'm ready to put this over
ridiculous.
Luffy versus Katakuri. Like I'm that fucking confident in this fight being an S tier. I don't. You can clip it. I don't care. This is gonna be the best fight in One Piece to date. I don't care.
Yeah. I agree entirely. Like Luffy going Giganto and then picking Kizaru up and just cartoonishly spinning him in a circle and chucking him into the ocean. Like, oh yes, please sign me up.
You know what?
Kizaru literally being, this isn't good. Like,
Yeah,
bro, oh my goodness, I love
No,
that panel
no, it's
so
not.
much.
I agree
It
because I think
literally. Oh, you first, Q.
no, okay. I was gonna say that if you take the Hashinosu stuff of Galaxy Impact, Honesty Impact, plus now this, in the anime, just what we were seeing with Amazon Lily is 100 times better in the anime. So I do agree that this fight with Kizaru with Luffy is going to be S rank quality in the anime. You're already seeing the changes for the mid ones, right?
Oh yeah,
That's
dude.
the special
White
grade sorcerer. I
White
wanna-
Star
I wanna,
Gun
like,
is gonna be wild.
I
Go
gotta
ahead. Cody.
speak my truth, but this fight is like so good to me, and Luffy's Gear 5th is so good to me because this fight was coming out at the same time as Takaba versus one of my goats, and oh my god, the amount of comedy that Oda is able to craft into every single one of Luffy's fights with Gear 5th is like unfucking matched, and I'm always felt laughing and still having that tension this is literally one of the best fights in One Piece, and it almost encapsulates like what One Piece feels like to me.
Yeah.
In a fighting sense as well. Like it's so good. Like this is literally like my S++. Like I would put this at the top of the top.
And you got to
And
think
Cody,
about it. Like, go ahead, Cube. Sorry.
I was just to go like just Cody said quickly is this I liked because this is the first fight of Gear 5 when we're talking about it with Kizaru versus Luffy is we understand what that Gorosei meant when it says it's the most ridiculous and terrifying power in the world. And it's that.
Well, not
it's
only
really
that, it's the first time we legitimately see an admiral actually flexing.
Yeah.
I know, and the panels did not do it full justice, but this will be menacing when we get to it. Like in Saba Odi, Kizaru was just like chilling. He was
After
just big
400
chilling. Like it was crazy. He was
Kizaru
not.
entered Saba Odi flying in on a cannonball. He is the definition of cold.
Yeah.
But he was just throwing random kicks and just like, just trying to figure out how to work a transponder snail. Seeing the admirals, at Marineford, like, yeah, I mean, Kuzan, froze a tsunami, cool. But like, how much else did they really do except for Akainu making donuts and stuff like that? It wasn't really like a big flex. Fujitora just casually dropping mirrors. We didn't see him actually like sweating or flexing or anything like that. Green Bull like negative diffed, to like YC1 and YC2, like and stuff like that. Like, but like then he ran away before like the actual fight really began. We have never seen an admiral actually flex and sweat this degree ever. This was insane.
To the point that he was on the ground apologizing to Saturn for not being able to keep up. Like,
which I don't know how sincere that is, but still. This was insane. This was insane, bro. I hope we get like a Goku versus Frieza, like 20 episode inflation of this, but I know we're not going to. But I would literally watch this fight forever. It's so good. Like,
Josh,
I really hope that the animation does it great.
What are your thoughts on this one? I think it's all S tier from us.
Yeah.
I gotta hear.
Just a combination of Luffy in Gear 5th and Kizaru's lasers makes the fight just beautiful, even in the manga.
Oh, like 3 Days said, Luffy was literally eating his attacks. Like,
yeah.
So
You know,
yeah. Oh,
I was gonna say also what's beautiful. That's why it's also I think it's an S rank is 3 time skip. The biggest moment we got scared for the start is when in Sabaody, and we see Sentomaru being nothing to Kizaru and Luffy being a menace towards him. It's like, dude, game changer moment. So yeah, another point for why it should deserve S rank.
Yeah,
but do we put it top of S?
Ooh, that's interesting.
I'm gonna say no, just because I personally like everything that happened on Hachinoso a little bit more than just what happened in this fight. But okay, Vex says yes, top of the top. Fritz, what are you thinking?
Parlay. One sec.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Whoa, Fritz, you're a little messed up there, bud.
Yeah. Josh,
where your ear is.
Top of S or second of S?
I mean, it just feels right to put Luffy in the first place.
Cube?
It's not top of S for me.
What?
Oh, so we got 2-2 right now. Cody, top of S tier or second S?
If y'all were reading chat earlier when y'all were talking about Luffy versus Lucci, but I said, dog, Luffy versus Kizaru clears this so fucking much. Are y'all crazy? Like, this is definitely the top of my S.
Well, hold on. Do you put it over everything that happened at Hachinosu? Because that's what's currently at top of S.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's down
3.
Yeah,
Sound
3.
Listen, Hachinosu should have Blackbeard, and it didn't. So, like, how could I put that at the top of my S? I'm just.
I knew that was coming. Big tank.
Yeah, this is like absolute. Like oh my god, just because I don't know. Like Fritz, no, you're good. Do you put it top of S or do you put it right below Hachinosu?
Ooh, I would put it on top.
Yes,
right,
let's go. Okay, that's 4-2.
I would put it on top, and it doesn't need a bunch of explanation why. But it's more like you're you are right in like the flexing of an admiral, what he can do, and what they were showing off, and like it really like does kind of also show how much is he really just like not letting things sweep past him. He's really just like if he wanted to, he could probably have handled it, but I don't think he really wanted to handle it.
My boy.
So it's a 4-2 vote. It is in fact going in top of S. We love that.
Before we move on, how's everyone feeling about the 3 and S tier right now? Do we think anything's gonna take Luffy versus Lucci down to A tier?
No.
But that's the question.
Remains
A boy
to be
can dream,
seen.
can't he?
It remains
boy
to be
can
seen. We're getting into some real recency bias territory now, though, guys. So I do want us to all make sure that we're aware of that, because this is all getting very fresh now from this point onwards.
Pull up the new one. I'm gonna be right back.
So
what is the next fight we got, Fritz?
we have Roanoa Zora versus Rob Lucci.
Okay, that's a fast one. That's an easy one.
I don't even think this has concluded yet, but if
Yeah,
it
it's
does
Still
get
ongoing.
expanded
It's
on,
still ongoing, I think.
it would be really cool to have a callback, and this is what I would hope to see from an expansion on if the anime tends to get this and we don't get to see it in the manga. I would love to see a callback to Zoro versus Cody Jones. I have to bring it up because Lucci was the main villain of Enies Lobby. Zoro almost beat Cody Jones underwater. Lucci, I don't care if he's awakened. I really don't. Like, Zoro at this level right now shouldn't even have to sweat too hard. Like, he should be able to say, nah, my captain can handle this. Let me handle this for him. Like, I think this is going to be like, there's not much for it, so I think it's like a definite like C or D. But if the anime expands on it, I expect it to go up to like a B or A.
I completely agree. I think that this is like King of Hell level Zoro with like the 3 rings of green hockey, like, you know, like doing what he does. Like this is like, honestly, I don't see how this is put like even possibly like if anything, it's a mid diff, but I don't think this is like a hard fight for him or an extremely tough fight for him. It's not close in my opinion, but I think that if the anime does expand on it, and depending on the conclusion, it could be maybe a high B or an A. I wouldn't put it in a D, and C is looking pretty full, so I'm gonna go ahead and say bottom of B.
Bottom of B.
That's where I'd rank it. What are y'all thinking?
I'd be okay with bottom of B, top of C, just because like I haven't seen the rest of the fight conclude yet, but I could see like depending on the outcome, definite like C or B is respectable.
I think Kube said S. Is that what he said?
Who?
Kube.
What? What?
That was the most.
I-
You're slandering Cube. This is a role reversal.
I thought he said S. I swear I thought I heard the chat. Y'all heard him say that, right?
No, I never said that. You're crazy.
You're gonna get the chat to help gaslight Cube. Hello.
He said what?
Yeah, man.
Bro.
Gaslight.
I was gonna be nice. I was gonna say I would like to put it to B. Now I'm putting it to C for that slander.
Oh my goodness. That's
Damn.
crazy. Lucas, I see you unmuted. If you're back, we are currently rating Lucci versus Zoro, which is inconclusive so far.
Yeah, I would say C, just because we don't even know the outcome yet. Like we've only seen a small portion of this fight.
Yeah, we've only seen 2.5 pages of this fight.
Yeah. I would like to think Zoro would win. It is Rob Lucci, though. He stands toe-to-toe with Luffy, and I know power scalers hate when people say this, but let's be real, Luffy is much more fucking powerful than Zoro.
Okay, but Luffy is a Nova type attacker where he is not a war of attrition type of guy. Zoro is there for the long haul.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
Zoro's
so that's
for
the thing
kill.
is that Zoro's the guy who can do the fights where we've seen like, you know, like Jinbei versus Ace for like 3 days straight, or like Admiral versus Admiral for 10 days straight. Luffy can't go for that long. Luffy be on like we saw with Katakuri, the longest fight that Luffy's ever done, but like in Gear 5, he cannot do that.
Yeah, no.
So this is a better matchup, that, like in my opinion. Like,
I would agree with that. But until we see the rest of it, I would say C. But for for the future, I would say A or S.
He says, I got to see the other 2.5 pages.
Yeah, I got to see the other 2.5 pages of it first.
That's crazy.
What was everyone else's thoughts on it, though?
I said B. I think Cody said C or B. Cube said C. Fritz said
I will
C?
second. No, I will second with a B.
Okay.
Yeah, B.
Not like it's
B.
changing much here. But
Oh, boys, we need a poll in the chat through. It's going to be either C or B because we got 3 for C and 3 for B.
oh god.
Let's go.
First poll of the stream.
Speaking of polls,
Gotcha.
everybody make sure that you check out the Discord link in the description.
Dan, I never said that Zoro can't fight Luffy. I just said that Luffy is much more powerful than Zoro.
I have opinions on that as well, but like I was saying, everybody check out the link in the description for the Discord. Hop in there and go to the polls channel and cast your vote while it's still up for the future color scheme of DLA.
Yes. Can we get a poll?
Man.
Oh yeah, there it is.
There it is. Everybody cast your votes. This is gonna be crazy. I am.
Should
I'm
we
super
vote?
excited.
Am
I
I
already
voted.
I voted.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you guys! We're in here. We can't vote.
While we
Where's
wait
Pretty
for
D's
that,
ditch here to make Marines great again and stop these rigged elections?
Okay.
These ballots don't count themselves. Pretty, you guys are fixing this.
We gotta make Marines great again. But he's a
Shout out Terrible TJ for the $2 dono. Said, have we talked about Law versus Q? S tier for Fim Law. Yeah, that is our only A tier at the moment. Is Law taking on the Blackbeard Pirates?
Well, so it was the Heart Pirates versus the Blackbeard Pirates because Beppo did do things.
Yes.
Like
yeah,
so.
Yeah.
He was there.
That was the last thing we saw in that fight. Was Beppo Sulonged out over Law being like, "Stay away from my captain."
Bro, the thing is, I'm so worried because we saw that the mink medicine which Chopper used to try to like potentially increase like what's going like, but that mink medicine had some serious side effects.
Yeah.
Is Beppo gonna be okay, y'all? Like,
Dude, I'm telling you this. Ever since I've heard that statement, I think it was Zoe when they said a Stratton mink will always find Zunisha. Zoe. That's why I feel like Zunisha will just appear nearby them.
TJ, we only put it in
I
A
can see
because
that.
we decided
It has to be.
that only 3 were allowed to be in S.
As cool as Beppo Sulong was, and I love that he fucking like took on Blackbeard, but like he one tapped him and ran away. Like all of Wano, you had to do this. Like, why, Oda? Why do you
He
just let
was-
him do one hit?
he was
should've
at
done
sea
stand on
level.
business.
no,
He
he
should've-
was at sea level. He couldn't have gone too long at Wano. There was cloud coverage. I literally talked about this. That's why specifically in the fight.
Convenience.
No, it's it's a whole thing with a whole nother fight because like Nekomamushi and like and Inuarashi and Wanda and Carrot could only be in Sulong for so long. Like it was literally an entire plot device. It's not just convenience.
Also,
It felt
yeah,
like
every
convenience
time
when every other mink got to Sulong, and then we didn't get to see Beppo. That's all.
Was they were all in the air on top of Onigashima when it was flying. Like, but Beppo was at sea level, which is like how many kilometers down below Mount Fuji? You have to be realistic.
I am realistic.
There's a wild comment. Next time we see Beppo, he'll be a rug in Hashinosu. Damn.
Oh no! Yo, shout out to Ghost Train of Thought in the chat. What's good, brother?
What up, Ghost?
Said
What's up, bro?
1 HP Beppo Sulong isn't long for this world. No, stop it! Like y'all, stop seriously.
Dude,
It's my
I'll be so
boy.
mad at Oda if he waited so long for Beppo Sulong just to kill him off. Like, really? Like, that would get me heated.
This kind of
We
fits
have
the bill though these
17
days.
Yeah, we have 17 in the chat and 17 votes cast, so I think we could close it out with a comfortable lead for
yes.
B tier. B tier with 71%. That is or 70%. It was very close to being nice, guys. Yeah, I agree entirely, chat. Y'all are real ones. It is B tier. And then what do we have next?
We're in the top three, the last three fights.
Oh.
It is
Okay.
Sakazuki versus Bartholomew Kuma.
People are gonna have some feels about this one.
Can we, like, before we get into the fight, though, can we talk about how when Kuma finally showed up on Egghead, he wasn't missing his leg?
S.
Yeah, Oda retconned this fight. Like, he's like, whoops, never mind. No, this is a D tier fight.
It wasn't really a
D
fight.
tier. It wasn't. Kuma literally just spammed the run button. If we're going back to Pokemon mechanics, Kuma did not throw a single punch. Akainu, it's cool seeing him not behind a desk, but as we were talking about earlier, the moment doesn't make the fight. Just because it's a good chapter doesn't mean it's a good fight. Just because this was like something like there are
Holy
things that we do need to take into consideration. This is D tier. This was not even a fight. This was one dude throwing attacks at another guy who had zero concern or regard for the other dude's existence. He didn't even like look at him, basically. He was just like, I got places to be. And he dipped. Not even a fight. D tier. Bottom of D tier.
Bottom of D tier. Okay. I was going to say D tier, but bottom of D tier. I was going to say
bottom of D tier.
I was going to say in
Absolutely.
between Stussy and Shanks. But I think you're right, if I'm honest. Because at least with the Shanks fight and the Stussy fight, we got some good reveals and stuff. With this, it was just Akainu trying to stop Kuma and Kuma not letting him be stopped. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it comes back to that Sawbill argument. It was more about preservation and getting to the point that he needed to get to instead of the fight.
It's like when you go and try to like catch one of the legendary dogs or in like or the like running like like legendaries and stuff like that in Pokemon. As soon as you show up, they just run away.
Yeah.
It's literally not even a fight. Not even a fight.
Cody, Josh, Fritz, Cube. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I can agree on D.
Yeah.
Cody, we're getting a lot of background noise from you, brother.
I didn't even realize I didn't mute up. I'm so fucking sorry. Holy
You're good, bro.
How you feel about? Oh wait, he just muted. Fritz, Cube, what do you think? Oh wait, did Josh say his take?
He said
Yeah,
D.
he said D.
He's being reasonable for once.
Wow.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hold on,
I'm
you
gonna
might
say
change that.
D, but I'm gonna do D. It's a D for me, but I'm gonna give another honorable mention, and I think it's one of the funniest moments in this entire arc, is when that Celestial Dragon gives order to Akainu, and Akainu gives him the side eye, and I felt it, like he was willing to risk his entire life to shut him up, but he didn't. I like that moment, so I just wanted to mention it. It's a very funny moment.
Bro, I love Ghost Train for
was
saying
just-
this in the chat. He said Kuma won that fight like Luffy and Zoro won against Bellamy in the bar. Like, didn't even throw a fight. Like, it's not even worth getting like a little bit of magma spilled on myself, you know, like
If you
Exactly.
if you weren't gonna mention it, I was, because I seen that. And I was like,
yeah.
I totally
That
vibed
is
with
so
that.
goated. That is so
I put-
goated.
I put this moment in A, just because I got to make a really good fucking joke out of it. I made a TikTok saying both Dragon and Akainu couldn't understand where Kuma was going to, and it's because they're both bad dads. Akainu is, you know, it's speculated that Hibari, using the same Hiroshima dialect that Akainu uses, that they could be related, and so he's like, dang. Where could Kuma be going? Can't understand because he's a bad dad. Dragon, father of Luffy. Dang, where could Kuma be going? Doesn't understand because he's a bad dad. Like, I got to make so many slanderous jokes.
Wait,
because
he's
of
going
Kuma
to
via Kainu.
save his child? What?
As far as takes go,
Yeah,
Why?
as far as takes go, that's an
Absolutely
S tier
A-tier
take
fight for me.
for sure. That's an
Yeah,
S
That's
tier.
hilarious.
It's an age just for that.
Link to Cody's TikTok in the description. Everybody go show some love. Boy is approaching 700 with much haste, correct?
Yeah. We're hitting 1,000 this year, baby. We're getting the Gojo
Yeah.
cosplay. We're getting the Shanks cosplay. It's all coming together. Y'all aren't ready for these takes.
But I think
Grand
this
Line
is
Bound, Cody content coming out soon. I'm only
Let's
5 hours
go.
from Smokey, dog. Like this,
Woo!
y'all aren't ready for this year. It's crazy.
Crazy. So that the special grade sorcerer and the emergency food supply / doctor might be doing some IRL collabs, y'all. Keep your eyes peeled for that.
Yo.
I think we have all graded it a D tier except for Cody. Is that correct?
I will rank
Yes.
his take on it is pretty S tier, but where it places
I agree.
is
Yeah.
D. Now is it the most D or is it like mid D?
I put it at the bottom of D, but
I'd say above Shanks and Kid because of
Mm.
the emotional implications of
where do you put it, Josh?
I think it's bottom.
Yeah, buddy. Oh man, the planets have aligned. Josh and I are agreeing on power scaling takes. Fritz, what do you think?
I think it's fine where it's at, but what I'm also thinking is these next two have some real like things need to change. All right. There's only one spot that only has one slot for it, okay? And like either one's
Yeah,
getting
things
bumped
can
down.
shift.
If one's getting bumped down or what's going on here? I'm like just blown away.
Cube, are you putting this at the bottom, or are you putting this above the Kid Shanks, or where do you put this?
Of course, over Kid and Shanks. Of course, 100%. This is
I
for me
could
the worst
hear-
fight that I had.
I could hear you chewing a croissant right now, brother.
Croissant.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Sorry, and guys, you know what? No. Man, you know what? Actually, I'm actually eating an American hot dog.
Oh my
So
God.
joke's on you.
Jokes on you.
Are
I
you
like
in a
how Craig
Chicago
tried to
dog?
put on an American accent. He's like, "Hey guys, I just had an American hot dog."
Are you appropriating my culture right now?
Bro,
Stop.
shut up.
Of course, I am
About to
gladly appropriating.
I've never had to silence voices
appropriated your
before.
culture 2 times.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna say exactly what Den said in chat. Raxit.
All right.
Crazy.
Now, here's a
I
real
think-
tearjerker for us guys. People were in their feels about these next moments. We have Saint Saturn versus Jewelry Bonnie, Sanji, and Frankie. And this had like so much feel in it. Emotions on the line, lives at stake here. Like
Fritz, not even just feels, but the reveal of the Saint J. Garcia Saturn's power, the way
Yeah,
he
that-
entered the battlefield.
I think it's just a
I
taste.
mean, Lucas has been going off about a Faustian deal because of this circle
I think
for
it's
so
just a
long. Like,
taste.
Yes.
I even made my
Ugh.
own video about summoning circles that I'm gonna put up on my TikTok. I just never got around to it. But I have
ooh.
there's a taste of just what he might possibly be able to do.
Yeah. It is just a taste. It's
I think it's crazy too because of what this did for power scaling. Because like I remember hearing the craziest take when it was like, "Yo, so Sabo survived in a room full of all 5 Gorosei and Emu, and Sanji got negative diffed by Saturn alone." And I'm just like, "Yo, the circumstances are way different though." Like,
yeah,
This-
and I hate when people say he got negative diff too, because like let's be real, Sanji took an attack that caused a normal man's head to explode. And all
That
they
is
did was
true.
give him a small nosebleed. That's it.
We still
You
don't
remember
know
when
what
people were
happened.
like, "It's just Emu giving them power, and the 5 Elder Stars are just weak old men"? And I was like, "Do y'all not watch anime? Old men in anime are buff. Like y'all ain't watching anime."
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that Ghost. Send it to me, or you
I
probably
mean-
tagged me in it. I probably just haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
I mean, Master
So
Roshi
just
even
in-
got a final send off in his power, bro. Like,
Yeah, dude.
Good. Master Roshi.
Michael
Super different.
in the chat, Garp and Sword versus Kuzan and the Blackbeard Pirates is in S tier. It is currently our 2nd highest ranked.
Yeah.
Currently.
Yeah.
Just to answer some people in the chat real quick. Yeah, this was crazy for the Bonnie moments and stuff like that, especially like the bits that we get post Kuma flashback and stuff like that. This is wild. But is it A tier? Is it really A tier, guys? Because it's
Yes.
like obviously where the vacancies are.
Yeah, seeing just Sanji and Frankie without hesitation, they didn't even question what was going on in front of them. They just immediately were like, "No, we got to protect." And then Bonnie coming out of the blue with a sword and stabbing Saturn. Like, yeah, dude, I would even say S tier for me. But I'm willing to concede on A. Like this moment had me on the edge of my seat. Like,
would you put this? So you would knock out Luffy versus Lucci from S tier to put this into S tier? Is that?
Yes,
what
I
you're
would. Yes, I would. I would say this is probably the lowest S tier, but I would. Yes.
I would as well. I would put this in S.
Boom,
Oh,
let's go.
so we got 2 votes for S. Fritz, how you feeling?
Well, I'd like to know how you feel about it, but I'll tell you that this is definitely worth bumping a guy down for S tier.
We knew this might happen. Chat that S tier was a little bit too crowded pretty early on into that. But man, it's just so crazy looking at all of the fights in Egghead. I'd be fine to agree with that. I think it'd be fine at top of A or bottom of S. Do I put it over Luffy versus Lucci? I say yes, specifically because it had one of my favorite Frankie moments of him ever being a Straw Hat. Yes. When he punched the crap out of Luffy to get him out of the way of Saturn's attack.
And then, like that, I keep bringing this up too because everyone's like, "Oh, he's holding Frankie and Sanji down," but Frankie ignored the physics of Saturn's attack to be like, "Super, my captain's wanted by the Gorosei even," and I'm like, "Yes, my boy."
He was riled up.
Yeah, he was. So Josh, Cube, what are we thinking?
Final takes on it.
I would also be willing to remove the Luffy versus the
Lucci
versus Tom from Tom and Jerry.
Oh my god!
They called me a madman. They called me a madman.
Yeah, and however, I'm gonna give this one of the best quotes in the Egghead arc is Saturn, who is a spider, calling all the other Marines inferior insects. I was like, damn, that's cold.
And I have to say it just because Smokey's not here, but he just respects the thickness that Spider brought to the table. That Saturn brought to the Saturn brought to the table. Josh, how are you feeling on this?
I will
where we're ranking it.
I mean, it's not really a fight after all. I don't think it's S tier material. For me, it clearly doesn't.
All right, let's settle this with the chat then. A or S, chat?
I think we have it's
unanimous.
Like four votes for S, which I think puts it. Well, I think that swings it. If you want, we can do a poll though.
I want to do a poll.
Yeah,
I want to see what chat's. Yeah, I want to see what chat's feeling about this. A or S for Saturn versus Frankie, Bonnie, and Sanji, not or Sanji.
Yeah, it's not really a fight.
So Saturn versus the island. Is it A tier or S tier? That is I like a lot of what it brought to the table. It's I see what you're saying, that it's like you can't necessarily call it a fight because who has actually done any lasting damage on Saturn? It literally just regenerated. But it's just him being built different. You know what I mean? But I think that especially because this hasn't necessarily concluded yet. And we have to also
so far.
Yeah, but because this doesn't have an actual conclusion, we have to kind of look at it like how we did Zoro versus Lucci and give it like the potential kind of like curve, you know what I mean?
Well, that's what the next one's definitely going to be.
Who voted for C? Because they're getting booted from the chat.
Bro, crazy.
Don't boot them. They voted C for Cody, all right? And I want you to know, guy, I love you.
I will give you that.
One guy, I love you.
Thank you, random citizen. I love you too.
You're beautiful. No, you're beautiful.
Yeah.
That was extremely quick.
We are at
14. Got 14 watching now and 13 votes in the chat. We're waiting on one more random person in the chat to cast their vote. Please go ahead and do that for us to
Oh my god!
There we go.
Oh.
Oh, what is happening, y'all? This is crazy. We need.
We need
no.
we need
Okay.
Dill and his 40 accounts.
Yeah, where's Dill with his 40
So-
accounts?
So, guys,
There we go.
I have,
Oh,
Oh
dang
my
it.
god! Every time it
have to-
happens, it balances.
so I have to admit something, guys. I was muted up, and I tried to vote, and I'm the one who voted on C by accident. My finger slipped on C. So it's, I
Wow.
cannot vote. So
What is going on?
So A takes it.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is
at 18
oh
votes.
shit! I wanted to vote for S. Oh.
it wouldn't really make a difference. It's by more than one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's much more now. Yeah.
All right, so we'll put it at the highest point of A, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm cool
can-
with that.
I will respect the chat and their decisions. And as far as Cube voting C, I'm sorry, buddy, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
we have to boot. We have to boot him from the call.
Wait. We found out Cube's the one who voted C?
Yeah.
Never mind. That C was for cock. Cock.
Josh,
Bro, oh my god. Josh, actually,
Wasn't it?
Josh, that
Bro.
was the best timing yet.
No,
The
no.
earlier one was pretty good, but like that right after I called him a cock. 10 out of 10.
Just so you know, guys, I just left the call quickly.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought Josh pulled the trigger.
No, I'm
Okay,
the one who did
so
the dramatic
I
effect.
think we can close the poll out and safely place it. Yeah, with 52%
I've got it.
officially voting for. Yeah, that is a good stuff, chat. At least we were close.
So
the
are-
B at 0% is crazy.
So by the rules and standards we've been kind of going by, is this next one, the next placement, going to bump up others, or were we only reserving that for the S rate?
I think we were only reserving it for S. But this
So
next
this
one
could go anywhere.
is going to be a majority speculation point. It is
It's
going
true.
to be Bartholomew Kuma versus Saint J. Garcia Saturn.
Oh man. I don't want to be the first one to say it.
Yeah.
I'll say it. I'll say it with my chest out. If Kuma lives through this, this is an F. I'll say it. If
Bro.
Kuma don't die, this is F tier.
There's not even an F tier on the screen.
Well, press F to pay respects because I'm respecting Otis' decision to take my L. It can go down to L tier then. I'll make it go down to Plan Z. Kuma has been built up, and I'm just so ready
Is Kuma
for
gonna?
the.
Sorry, bro.
Kuma gonna what now?
Is
No, you're
Kuma
good.
gonna pull a Chaozu?
Stop. It's Android
Please do.
16.
It's the classic. It's the classic MacGuffin though. He introduced something. You introduce a gun in the first act for it to go off in the third. Like
Chekhov's, yeah.
Yeah, Chekhov's gun. Like,
Chekhov's Kuma.
yeah, Chekhov's Kuma. He's gonna blow up in the third act.
Oh no.
And
Oh,
I
I
hate
don't
to
like
say
it.
that, but I think
Honestly,
this is a hard one. This is the hardest one of the fucking whole tier list.
I think honestly, guys, per se, we won't have a problem because I can even place it. I think it should be a poll thing.
I do too, but I want to hear everyone's takes first.
Yeah,
So I think it's safe to say that like I don't think it's gonna go into S tier. Specifically, I don't know if I could put it in S tier. So if we do poll it, I think maybe D to A.
Gotcha.
Like
Yeah.
I don't really believe that this is something that is, especially if it's like what we can speculate is that this is going to be kind of like a one tap and then the boom happens kind of situation. Like I don't know. I don't like Kuma's strong.
I
Like,
could see-
and what we don't know enough about Buccaneers or about what he's had augmented on him and things like that. I think that this is going to be kind of one of those quick no diff
We
fights.
also don't know if he's gained some sort of his will back either. Like there's
I
so
mean, he
many.
has hockey. He has
Yeah.
hockey.
He has hockey, so
hockey.
he definitely has will. But like I'm saying, like we don't know if he's gonna see Gani and recognize her. We don't know if he's gonna see Luffy go Gear 5 and recognize that it's Nika and he needs to protect Nika as well in this moment. Like
There's
so
one
much
way
to
I can see this
speculate on.
going. There's one way I can see this going. Kuma has been collecting power and like the pain and damage from literally everything that he's endured over all these years into a bubble that almost encapsulates the entire world, if not multiple islands. And he sends that right after him and a big
Oh,
final
dude, that would
blow.
be sick. That's
What if,
for me.
guys,
This. Oh, go ahead, Cube. Sorry.
I was gonna say with what Fritz said, what if that's why Egghead floats? Just thought of like that, like there's a Kuma bubble based on all the pain that he's collected that's using as a source to float. Sorry, just a crazy thought. You were gonna say, Lucas?
I was gonna say I would speculatively put this at an A tier.
Yeah, it looks
if-
kind of empty.
Yeah. Not only that, just it's with the emotional beats and everything. I think this is going to be one of those fights that, like with Sabo versus Emu and them, and it's not as much about the actual physical fight as it is the emotional moments that are happening within the combat.
I agree, but I think that's why it belongs in C tier.
Oh, you son of a bitch! How
A
dare you do
moment
that?
doesn't.
My
a moment,
recency
hold on.
bias is coming through. If I'm being
A
honest.
moment doesn't make a fight, and if we're looking at it from a fight standpoint, like we have been this entire time, look at all of the no diff and negative diff fights. They're all in C and D tier. And though I do like what was set up here, and I think that it has the potential to be the best of the no diff to negative diff fights, the highest I could put it is top of C tier. I don't see Kuma actually putting up a legitimate fight against a Gorosei right now.
Yeah.
Outside of the MacGuffin, obviously, but I don't think that that's going to legitimately work either. This is a man of science. He's somewhat of a scientist himself. Like I don't see this being B tier material. I don't. When I look at the rest of the things that are in B tier, and I consider that they're actual fights, whereas I think this has more potential to be a wash like the rest of C tier and D tier. I love Kuma. Don't get me wrong. And Saturn is one evil guy. Don't get me wrong. And this moment is huge. And I'm so hyped for 1104. But still think it's going to be a mid. It's not even going to be a mid diff. It's going to be a no diff, negative diff fight. Yeah. We put those in C and D.
That's fair. That's fair. I do have to shout out Den Kushi in my Frankie video that just dropped last night is about to hit 10,000 views. So let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
Huge.
There have been some mad reach on his channel these days.
Yes, it's been amazing. Even if he lands the pain bubble, Saturn still slaps him. That's fair as well.
Like, I'm talking about a world's, like an entire globe's worth of pain bubble. Like, do you think?
Yeah.
I get it. And like the thing, let me tell you guys, chat, I want to be wrong. I want really, this to be a great fight. I don't think it will be. I think it'll be a cleanup.
Yeah, okay. Dan just said it perfectly. Sorry, Cody. Let me go real quick and I got you. Dan just said it perfectly. Even if Kuma loses and it's a wash, it's still a high tier fight, just like Sabayoti is an S tier, even though the Straw Hats got washed. What were you going to say, Cody?
So what I was about to say was I think that this fight has the opportunity to definitely be an A or S tier just because of this is not their first time fighting each other. If we remember back in Kuma's flashback, Kuma as a child stood up to St. J. Garcia Saturn. And if we play off of those emotional beats and moments during the fight, during the next chapter that I think it's going to unfold in, I think this fight, if we see what Kuma did as a child to get away from Saturn, to save all those slaves, I mean, Kuma as a child had already gotten away from Saturn once. I'm willing to put money on it to say that maybe he will press Saturn. I'll stand 10 toes on that. He's going to do some big.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think the one punch he's about to land isn't going to be the only punch we see. We are 4 days away, I think, from chapter 1104 or something like that. It should be out this week, I think. It's either this week or next. And I think that will be how we view where we put this in the tier list, too. I think it'll really reflect on us. It's hard to say because I see vexyz's point entirely. But I also, I think Dan said it perfectly. It's just like Sabayoti. Even if Kuma loses, the weight of the fight is still A or
I mean,
S
the
tier.
moment is huge. Don't get me wrong, but the moment of Shanks versus Kid was also huge. It
And we
doesn't
put it
make
in
for a
C.
good.
Yeah,
It doesn't
you're
make
right.
for a good fight.
Yeah.
So
I'm
I
just-
mean,
I'm just saying-
chat seems to disagree with me though.
I'm just saying what I'm saying because I agree with Cody. Like, you got to think about the time and the length of which that he might have had this planned. You got to think of like if there was something like that to happen, how much more emphasis it would give to the nothing happened moment. Like that's just it's a random out of left field take, but like it would be so cool to see something like that happen.
Yeah, like a
got,
reverse of it.
We got a $2 super chat from my guy Terrible TJ. I wish I could make you read this one like you did on the other stream, but he said, "Kuma better pause Saturn away on an eternal journey." Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? I don't think it's gonna happen though, brother. I don't think it's gonna happen though, brother.
Chat, we have 16 viewers currently and 11 votes. Let's. I mean, it looks like A is gonna take it, but let's wait for those other 4 votes to come in.
If everybody votes for D, like then this
don't try to sway them.
Hey, I'm just being realistic here, yo. Like, but I don't know. I'd say C. Like, I honestly voted for C myself, but
Vote
C has the
A.
lowest amount of votes.
Dan,
A.
I would love to hop into some VC with you and talk more about this. Yes.
If you don't vote A, then you don't want Marines to be great again.
Oh my goodness. That's
Pretty
crazy.
campaigning.
They stole this election. We won't let it happen. We're gonna storm Marijwa.
Y'all, I want to recount. Bro. I think it's pretty sewed up at this point. The margin is only getting wider. But do you still have at least 3 more votes that need to get cast, chat? Let's yes, Brank said vote D. I am voting for C. And it's just the least realistic for C to actually pull it and win. But I'm just saying the moment is huge. The moment doesn't make the fight. That's what we've been saying this entire time. Look at the rest of the things that are in C tier and D tier.
Yeah,
like,
that's
look
what
at
we've learned from this altogether.
Oh no, TJ, I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that.
I will vote D death for Kuma.
Okay, cool. D for demonetization.
Yeah,
like,
D for it happened in GTA.
It happened in we were playing D&D.
D&D, yeah, D for D&D. That's what it is.
So all votes have been cast, and it looks like the final fight that we have here today is going into A tier. Now the question
now we have
is,
to figure. Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
yeah. Is it going in the bottom of A or at the top?
Absolutely, absolutely, the bottom of A.
Yeah.
I don't even think it belonged in A.
We need it to come. We need to see the other 2.5 pages.
Yeah.
Exactly. yeah, we got to see the other 2.5 pages.
I think it's gonna be a half a page. If I'm gonna be real, like I don't want to be right. I just think that's what it's gonna be, y'all.
We're gonna find out soon.
Also, can we rearrange the C tier? It doesn't really stand up. Yeah.
Oh, rearrange the C tier?
I have screenshotted this image so that if we do make it to where we can come back and revise how our list and how it holds up, that we'll look fondly at these L takes.
Oh my god. Josh, what do you want to reevaluate about C tier? You want Luffy I'm sorry, you want Zoro and Kaku to be the bottom?
Yeah, and Sentomar versus Kizaru to be the top.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, I think I'm down with that. If to flip those two and keep the middle where it's at. Like but how's the rest of the tier list looking for everybody? Like where things sit in their own tier versus the other things that are adjacent to. I think this is a great job, yo. I think except for there's 2 that I definitely disagree with, but aside from that, pretty happy with most of this.
What are the 2 that you disagree with the most?
I don't think the Seraphim fight should be in B at all, and I don't think that the Saturn fight should be in A. Like I'm just like the Kuma Saturn fight specifically. Like I was very adamant whenever we voted that I think both of those are C and D tier like material. But
Nah,
aside from
it's
that,
looking good.
looks
The tier is
good.
good.
Yeah. Well, Josh,
besides that,
stack it up
looks
against your tier, like, because you posted your individual tier list in the chat. Let's
Scrub
look at it.
that.
He
Oh,
said
he
Very
did.
no.
outdated.
He Lelucia'd his own tier list. He's like, nah, we're gonna not do that. But this has
Because he saw the
been
way. He saw
this
the
has been a
light.
whole lot of
That's why.
fun.
It's all S tier
Yeah.
and 1D.
But anybody have any final thoughts that they want to speak? Let's hear it from the whole squad we got here.
Honestly, it was great. Honestly, I thought we would have more debate on some fights, but actually it was pretty not tame but well balanced. We agreed on even a disagreement. We kind of agreed for the disagreement as well.
It definitely balanced out in the end, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
And
cool. It
we-
all fell together like puzzle pieces, like almost perfectly. The way that we did it. I thought we were gonna have a little bit more. I didn't know everybody thought so fondly on the Luffy Kizaru fight to put it in top one, because I've been hearing so much on like other platforms and things like that. Like hate that fight, and I'm like, y'all are tripping. I love it.
Branks, Emu versus Lelucia is actually our S++ because let's face it, Emu one-tapped him.
No.
I think that's F tier then, like in my opinion. Like
Actually,
the animation was so fire though. If y'all haven't checked out the newest
I cried.
episode,
Yeah,
go
I
watch
cried.
it. It's so good. Oh my god.
And coming
we-
up soon, me and Cody will be dropping some reactions to the Egghead arc in the anime. Me, Cody, I believe Fritz is going to be joining us as well. Yeah.
Also,
gonna
for
be
the
good.
vote of Emu versus Lelucia, actually we did it, but it was wiped out, so that's why you can't see it anymore.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you could say it got Lelucia.
Wait, Emu versus who?
Yeah,
I've
Emu
never
versus
heard of that.
what?
No.
That
Yeah.
island
I will
never
also-
existed.
Honorable mention to Bonnie versus Alufa.
Yeah, that.
Oh yeah.
Which is also like a one tap, so I can't really rank it that high, but just a
Only
crazy
one
moment.
panel.
Honorable mention to Weevil versus Rattan. That shout out to Brandon in chat. Weevil got taken away, so I guess he lost that one. F tier.
F
He
tier.
got off screen. Off screen fight. F tier.
F
Fs are
tier.
off.
Crazy.
Vex, you wanna wrap us up?
Yeah. I got you. We have been the last arc. This has been a whole lot of fun. One of the first streams that we had here on the channel after the new year, kicking off volume 2. Make sure you join the Discord, vote on the new color scheme in the polls channel. Make sure you check out the crazy goated stream of liberation that we did for 8.5 hours. Shout out to the entire crew for showing up. It was wild. So many goats. Check out the description there for so many wonderful content creators. Check out the description here for everybody that you've seen today and everybody who is holding it down as beloved members of the last arc. Congratulations to Lucas, our captain, for almost hitting 3K. The bikini stream is imminent.
Inbound,
the 2 piece
yes.
is real. The 2 piece is so real. Congratulations to Smokey, Grand Line Bound, for hitting 300, and Den for hitting 3,000. Congratulations on the Frankie video. So much flowers to give out. We are so excited. Way more big things coming from the last arc in 2024. This is our year. We are new world bound, baby. It has been so fun, chat. I've been vexyz, the lurking legend, and these hooligans, these goons have been the last arc. Join the Discord if you want to get into the discussion and whatnot. And we'll be seeing you next time this Saturday, I believe, for Dr. GB stream. Gonna be absolutely fire. And then stay posted for a collab with BDA Law himself, Brago, coming up the first week of February. This is going to be super hype. We love you, chat. It has been so much fun, and take it easy.